Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network. Mike here.
Richard.
Before we get into the show, we wanted to do a couple comic convention announcements.
Right. Yes, I was notified earlier this week. Cosmic Comic Con in Urbana, Ohio, has been canceled. This was scheduled for March the 14th. I got a notice from the promoter. I guess he's having a little trouble getting the convention sorted together and decided to hold off instead of trying to have a lackluster convention, that he would actually hold off and probably try to do it next year.
Wait till he got everything
kind of organized a little
right.
better and stuff. I noticed Yuko Smith was scheduled to be there. A couple other people are supposed to be scheduled, but it's not lack of that. It's not there. He just wants to make a better show, and hopefully we'll have it out next year.
Wants to do it right, instead
Correct.
of half-assing it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So if he was scheduling to be there, it's not going to happen. But on other news, we want to mention Gem City Comic Con, which is scheduled for April 11th, Dayton, Ohio, at Rice State University. It is on, and it's going to be huge and larger than ever. And the guest lineup is great. Just go to their website, find out. And there is a special guest that's going to be there.
Oh, yeah?
Basically, us.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be having our table there this year.
Stop by our booth. We're going to be having some giveaways. Sign up. We are going to be giving away original copy of Arkham Asylum. So we're going to have like a sign-up sheet. We're going to raffle that off and give that away at the end of the day. So please stop by. It's the original copy of Arkham Asylum, not a reprint or nothing.
Yeah. So in between us walking around harassing everybody, you can come to our table and harass us for a change.
So Peanuts said he's probably will be there at the show. Probably most of the gang will be there. So stop by, see us, and we'll be everywhere else too.
Great. Okay. For those of you who follow our pages and watch our shows, we promised you a kick-ass episode, and kick-ass it will. This episode we're going to talk about Kick-Ass. It's a comic book from Icon Comics, a subsidiary of Marvel. One of my favorite books of the past year. That's the name of the book. It's not just a description, it's the name of the book. Kick-Ass. Not only is it the name of the book, it's the name of the main character,
right.
The superhero Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass follows the story. Before I get into it, it's drawn by Mark.
No, written by Mark Miller.
Written by Mark
Miller or Millar. We always had the discussion on Underground which it is. I've always heard Miller. Logan always says Millar. Who knows?
Until we actually hear from him, we're going to say Miller. His work on Civil War was phenomenal. The artwork's done by John Romita Jr., who, if anybody, is excellent. World War Hulk, it was one of those books I picked up just for the art.
Spider-Man.
His
long run on Spider-Man is,
great.
Almost outdoes his dad.
But this is a comic that I really think that anybody could pick up. It's its own universe. It follows the story of a teenager named Dave Lozeski, comic book geek fan, living in a normal world, who basically decides one day, why can't it be done? Why can't I put on a costume and go fight crime and live the life, So he basically does. He goes out, and he's nothing special, no powers, skinny, he's like Peter Parker before the spider bite, He just decides to get himself a ski costume, a couple batons, and goes out and starts to fight crime. And what really sets it off is kind of keeping in tone with the way society is now is during his first mission, he's stopping a mugger, some guy's beating up this guy, and he gets his ass kicked, he really does.
I think that's where they get the title.
I think that's where they get the title, but the thing is, he gets caught on YouTube. Somebody with their, their camera phone, videotapes the whole thing, and he becomes this overnight internet sensation. And it's just kick-ass everywhere. And it's just a story of this punk teenage kid who decides to be a superhero. And it's not as glamorous as it sounds. It's not your Marvel and not your DC book. This is a graphic, gritty, real comic. And nothing says that more than the other two characters, the bigger characters in the book. Big Daddy and his daughter, Hit Girl, who's father figure and a, what would you say, 9, 10,
think she's supposed to be around 10. Yeah.
10-year-old girl who has been trained since she was a baby to be, and I'll put it this way: she makes Kill Bill look like a Disney movie. They don't hold any punches with Kill Girl. She is good at what she does. She likes what she does, but it's cute because at the same time she retains her. She's kicking butt, but she's got the little like Hello Kitty purse. It's a great book. It's fun. It's violent. It's graphic. It's great. And not only is Kick-Ass a great comic book, it is going to become a major motion picture, which I'm excited for.
Oh, definitely.
Release date.
The red trailer was great.
Yeah. If you get a chance to look up Kick-Ass movie trailer, if you can, look up the restricted. You're not doing yourself any justice if you don't look up the R-rated trailer, because
as long as you're old enough.
As long as you're old enough. If not, get parental supervision.
Go ahead and watch it. No.
Go ahead and watch it. Yeah, the movie looks incredible. What I liked about the previews and everything I saw was they're sticking to mostly no-named actors that more fit the character than just fit a marquee. To get the name.
They look like them.
They look like them. Yeah. The main character in the comic book's blonde. The kid in the movie's dark-haired, but he still looks and feels like the character you read in the book. Right. Actually, the only real big name in the movie is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is going to be playing Big Daddy.
Big comic book person himself.
Big comic book person himself. I'm sure that had more to do with it than anything.
Definitely.
I'm sure it was probably one of those things where he was a fan of the book and, come on, do me a favor. I know I don't look anything like the comic book character, but I
want to do this.
I want to do this, and I can't blame him for it. Big Daddy is going to be a great character. Just the scenes of him and Hit, I can't go on enough. I love me some Hit Girl. Just the scene, like I said before, she really does make Kill Bill look like a Disney movie. I mean, they stayed true to it. They didn't pull any punches with Hit Girl just cutting people up, shooting them. The movie looks great.
April the 16th.
April the 16th is the release date.
Should be great.
It should be great. And the follow-up on our Kick-Ass...
this last week?
Yeah, just this last week to kind of coincide and give more advertisement to the movie. The hardback edition of the comic book has come out. This is a great read. Anybody who likes a good ultra-violent story with a decent story needs to pick this one up. I really recommend this one.
This is a good way. You don't have to go and try to find the back issues because they're hard to find.
Yeah, I'm not always the biggest one on graphic novels because I usually have the books to begin with, so why shop to one? This is one I recommend going out and shelling out the money.
Right, I'm going to pick it up. So I'm not really too familiar with the product.
And just the comic book itself reads like a movie, and it's one of those ones where you really want to be able to read it from cover to cover, end to end, to really get the scope of the story and how good it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, our pick of the week. Look for check out the trailers for Kick-Ass the movie, and if you get a chance to pick up the Kick-Ass graphic novel.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
And speaking of comic book movies,
out this week also, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. This is an ultimate disc. I mean, buy it on Blu-ray. This is great.
That one, this edition has been made for Blu-ray.
There's so much extras on this. This is beyond belief. The actual story itself is good. I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah, before we get too much into it, anybody who grew up watching or reading the comic books that knows about, Earth 2 and the...
well, actually, this ain't Earth 2. It's
not?
No.
You can tell
it's actually Earth 3, which is the Crime Syndicate.
Oh, okay.
The DC line was always Earth 1 was Justice League, Earth 2 was Justice Society of America, Earth 3 was the Crime Syndicate. And then you had Earth S and all those other ones. But that don't matter.
I get my Earth.
And this is the multi-Earths. The multi-Earths still exist in this.
Oh, okay.
But this is good, and it crosses over with the evil Justice League and all the stuff. I don't want to get into that. If you ever read the old stories, it follows pretty good. What is great about this is the Spectre. If you don't know who the Spectre is, he's the vengeance of God.
He is the right hand of vengeance of God in the DC universe.
He's the guy that goes around and avenges people who's been killed unjustly.
Yeah.
And this little segment is part of a new set that they're going to start doing, because I guess there's going to be a Green Arrow one too coming out later.
Right.
And something else.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they're doing in the comic books with the double story, the double feature, with the smaller story at the end. You know, it's
great.
yeah.
Trust me.
This is one of those ones where the movie itself is worth, you know, worth watching. But this is the one where the special features and bonuses really make it worth the buy.
And there's 2 other extra features which
Yeah.
it's not listed on the box.
No, see
but
that's
they're
what got
on
us.
here.
They're not listed on the box, so they came as a surprise.
The Aquaman pilot that was originally slated for the WB network, which is played by Green Arrow from Smallville.
Justin Hartley, who plays Green Arrow on Smallville, was originally cast to
as
play
Aquaman. And this is on there. I actually had bought that originally off iTunes when it was available and seen it already. But to have it on a disc was great. And then also another little treat, the pilot to the original Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter. I mean, that's...
It's a good throwback.
You know, honestly, for the money that this cost, for as little as this cost, I would have bought, you know, the Wonder Woman pilot outright by itself. I mean, that's...
And if you get the special edition at Best Buy, which I don't want to endorse Best Buy all the time, but they have an action figure of Owlman.
Yeah.
Which is great, which I didn't bring along because I don't open my box that. Sorry. But that's our picks for this week.
Yeah. If you, like we said, if you get a chance to, check out Justice League Crisis on 2 Earths. If you get a chance to, especially the Blu-ray, the bonuses are worth the price. If you get a chance to, check out Kick-Ass movie trailer. Again, we're not recommending if you're under 18 to look up the R-rated version,
But it's there.
it's worth it. And keep with us on any more news on comic conventions coming up.
And all your convention listings. We are going to be setting up a space on our website where I'm going to have hopefully the conventions in and around Ohio, especially if we're going to be there, it'll be listed. And any comic stores, if you're having events like store signings or anything, please let us know.
We'd love, yeah.
We love to have coverage. We will go out and actually film at some of these. We have been doing it with some other stores, Main Street Comics. We've been down there several times for appearances. Pack Rat Comics, we've been there
Yeah.
several times. And even Alter Ego here, where we filmed this. We always like to thank Mark for letting us film.
Yeah.
And he's had several store signings, which we've been to. And just let us know when things are going on. We'll get the word out.
Yeah, we love to spread the word. So, thanks a lot.